Mega Pokemon were thought to be dead, but this comeback is looking insane. Though before we go over the artworks, in today's video, I'm actually gifting this awesome Koraidon special illustration rare to one subscriber. Now, if I reply to your comment with this Jirachi emoji, then congratulations, you've won this card. And if you are new to the channel, I'd just like to say welcome. My name's Phil and I cover topics relating to Pokemon investing and collecting. Feel free to subscribe as it's always awesome seeing new faces on board the channel. But Mega Pokemon coming back is a huge deal because Pokemon fans all thought they were dead and they would never be revisited. I mean, the last time we even heard of Mega Pokemon was back in the Let's Go games, which released in 2018. So it's literally been 7 years of radio silence. However, with Pokemon Legends EA releasing, the TCG is now getting some awesome new Mega cards. Now, before I go over the new cards and the artworks, which are looking very cool, it should be said that this new set is the start of a new era, as Black Bolt and White Flare were the final sets of Generation 9. So I suppose we're now entering this weird transitional period between now and Generation 10. So I'm very curious to see how the TCG goes from here, because we're in a little bit of an awkward phase. Though check out what we're dealing with. Mega Evolution has returned, and obviously it is a very desired set. The reason being, if you have been in the Pokemon fandom for a while, you'll know that Mega Evolution is pretty much Pokemon's favorite gimmick. All the fans love it. Everyone got really disappointed when they moved away from it. And then, there was always these questions, is it ever gonna come back? Are Mega Pokemon gonna come back? And of course they are with the new Legends EA game, and of course Mega Pokemon as well. Now the TCG is getting Mega Pokemon again, and it's been such a long time, dude. So I know a lot of people are excited for this, including myself, because I'm such a big fan of Mega Pokemon, dude. Like, it just added like pretty much a fourth evolution for a lot of favorites, and also some Pokemon that weren't that strong or that needed a buff were able to get that because of Mega Evolutions. So just looking at the booster pack designs, they look really cool, and they're very, very reminiscent of old school Mega cards. Like, even looking at the Mega Venusaur booster pack right now, that looks so similar to a lot of Mega Evolution card designs. They've really brought it back with nostalgia for Mega Evolution Pokemon cards, and they've made that very prominent on the packaging. I really like the booster packs. Also, they really simplified this set with the name just being Mega Evolution. There's no kind of quirky name or something bizarre here. It's literally just Mega Evolution, so that's pretty cool as well. Now moving on to the Elite Trainer boxes, kind of a basic but very sleek feel about them. We have Mega Lucario on the ETB box design, and you also have Mega Gardevoir as well. Now what's interesting is that the Elite Trainer boxes have different promo cards, which is pretty cool. The Gardevoir Elite Trainer box comes with Alakazam, which is pretty cool. Definitely an awesome promo card for anyone that wants it in their collection. And of course, the Mega Lucario comes with Riolo. I do find it interesting that the Mega Lucario box gets, Riolo as the promo card, but the Mega Gardevoir gets a Alakazam. I don't know, something about it would have made more sense if you had Ralts as the pre-evo of Gardevoir as a promo card for the Mega Gardevoir ETB, and same with the Mega Lucario. But nonetheless, these are the two promo cards that come in the different ETBs, which are definitely gonna be pretty desired, and I imagine the Pokemon Center stamped versions are also gonna fetch a pretty high price point. Now, while speaking about the new Mega sets, if you do wanna be notified when these sets release, that does bring me to today's video sponsor, which is PokeNotify. PokeNotify is a premium Discord server that notifies you the moment a specific Pokemon product or pre-order goes live. So for example, with the new Mega Evolution set, it will be releasing in 2025 and also restocking as well. And with PokeNotify, you'll be first in line to know. So in order to get the most out of PokeNotify, it's a great idea to take the time to fine-tune your notification settings. This way you can ensure you get notifications that are super relevant to you. If you do just want to try out PokeNotify, there is a 3-day free trial available. And if you do use my code, you'll get an extra 25% off your first month. A big thanks to PokeNotify supporting the channel. Now let's get back into these Mega cards. Now moving on to one of the first illustration rares, or this is the art rare from the Japanese set, though we have the Intellion, which is looking a bit quirky, a bit different. Honestly, when I first saw this card, I was like, is that Kyurem? It kind of just looks very similar to the Black Bolt White Flare Kyurem that kind of looks like that. I don't know if anyone sees that similarity. But that's what I first thought when I saw this card. Though probably not my favorite design so so far. I mean, Intellion and, the whole Generation 8 Pokemon, they're pretty kind of, do people really like them? I personally think Generation 8 starters were kind of, not that good. Even though I do love the Gigantamax Intellion VMAX card from Fusion Strike, I do think this one is a few steps behind that amazing artwork, and especially when we can see the quality that an Intellion card can have. This one does look like a little bit of a step backwards in terms of what we've had before, but nonetheless, I'm sure people would still love to pull this card. Moving on to the illustration rare Vulpix, and that is looking like an awesome artwork. I really love it when they pull Pokemon into these human-like environments like what we see here. Vulpix obviously being Generation 1, people are really gonna like collecting this card. It is an illustration rare, just given on how in demand the Mega Evolution sets are gonna be, and just seeing how big Legend ZA is gonna be. I know everyone is so hyped about Legend ZA, so because of that insane hype for Legend ZA, I do imagine that a lot of these cards and a lot of the TCG is gonna grow as well, especially if a new audience starts playing that game as well. We're gonna have to see where it goes, because I know the initial Legends Arceus game was very, very well received by the Pokemon gaming kind of space, because it kind of broke away from the traditional style of Pokemon games, and I do think Legends ZA will bring a huge amount of people into the Pokemon TCG space. Now also, there will be Mega Evolution booster boxes, which is really cool, and of course they have brought back the enhanced versions. So if you know how Journey Together goes, there is an enhanced version which comes with a box topper, which pretty much means when you open the booster box, there's a promo card sitting on top of all the booster packs, and the same thing is happening with the Mega Evolution set. Now, the box topper promo card that you'll get is this Bulbasaur, though I do imagine that you will get a stamped version for the box topper, and you'll still be able to pull this card as an illustration rare within the set as well. Very, very cool design looking here. Really, really awesome artwork. I think this is where they've really now taken it to another level in terms of the art designs. And here's the thing, every time that the Scarlet and Violet era has kind of released a new set, they've always actually impressed me with how much they've kind of bended what's possible with these Pokemon artworks. This Bulbasaur is a perfect example of that. And the really cool thing about this Bulbasaur, it does actually come in a trio. So as you can see, the Ivysaur as well looks amazing. And of course, it follows that illustration rare storyline, which is so prominent within the Scarlet and Violet era. And the whole reason why they're called illustration rares is because they kind of tell a story. And a lot of cards are like this, like the Feebas and Milotic from Surging Sparks. Though, of course, the final piece of the puzzle is the Mega Venusaur EX. And dude, this is an awesome special illustration rare, and I can just imagine there is gonna be a lot of demand for this card in particular. And you know what? The Bulbasaur line has a fan base, dude. One thing that I find strange a little bit about these Mega Evolution reveals is that they don't have the Japanese characters on the card. And of course, in the Japanese TCG, the Mega Evolution cards had huge English characters on the card. So they had that kind of reverse little thing happening. Even though I much prefer how the cards look without the characters, I do think that those characters were so heavily linked with Mega Evolution cards. So, if you collected Mega Evolution Pokemon cards, you would always be able to know straight away that it's a Mega Evolution Pokemon card because those characters were so prominent. It does feel we lost a little bit of that Mega Evolution kind of staple on them because that felt so recognizable to them, but it was iconic for Mega card. Now, also, I just want to say, if you do love connecting with the Pokemon community, definitely feel free to join my channel's Discord server. We have over 9,000 members, and I personally feel it's one of the best Pokemon TCG resources out there. The Discord server is in the video's description. Same thing when we move to the Mega Gardevoir EX as well. Really, really cool color palette. I mean, one Pokemon that has just gotten such good kind of reception in the Scarlet and Violet era and had some of the most amazing artworks is Gardevoir. You had Scarlet and Violet base introduce the special illustration rare Gardevoir, which is an awesome artwork in itself. Then in Paldean Fates, you got this shiny Gardevoir, which is such a cool artwork. And then you finally get this Mega Gardevoir EX as well. 3 special illustration rares in the same era. I mean, Pokemon's really shown so much love to Gardevoir. And fun fact about Gardevoir as well, back in 2018, Reddit did a huge poll and survey with the whole Pokemon community, and they asked everyone to vote what their favorite Pokemon was. I think it ended up in spot 7 or 8 in terms of the most loved Pokemon, so believe me, Pokemon know what they're doing when they release Gardevoir because Gardevoir has a huge fan base. And moving on to the Mega Lucario Special Illustration Rare as well, very, very awesome SIR. You know, all the SIRs so far have been really cool, and of course, it is battling Venusaur. But you know, one thing about this Venusaur getting in battles, why does it always just pick fights with everyone, dude? I mean, you got the Charizard versus Venusaur card as well, and you know, you've also got the Japanese Charizard also fighting Venusaur in another card as well. It's just constantly picking battles with people. But of course, I love Pokemon in battle positions. If you know what cards I love collecting, I really love these kind of style of cards. So this is definitely going to be a card I'm looking to pull and hopefully acquire. But of course, we do know that this set will be very much in demand, though hopefully because it is getting booster boxes and ETBs, maybe it'll be a little bit easier to get, though of course we're gonna have to see how it goes because the demand for Pokemon cards right now is pretty heavy. And of course, Mega Kangaskhan as well, our Australian kangaroo that lives in Kanto, but nonetheless, Mega Kangaskhan is a very, very cool Pokemon for me because it kind of does pull out the Joey from its pouch and it just becomes, you know, there's not much of a transformation with Kangaskhan. Again, color palettes are looking really cool. They do have a distinct style, especially when you look at it, they've kind of gone with these very vibrant colors for these mega cards. I am very, very excited to see how this set goes, and I do know that a lot of people are gonna be wanting this set. When you do re-release a set, call it Mega Evolution, and all these people love Mega Pokemon cards and Mega Evolutions in general, you're gonna just naturally get a lot of demand for this set. Though, while these Mega Pokemon are looking to be amazing, I think a question regarding the price of Pokemon cards is becoming a big topic right now, as the cost to collect Pokemon cards is getting more expensive than ever. Though if you need some tips on how to collect Pokemon cards on a budget, I do break it down in this video right here. Within this video that's currently appearing on screen, I go over how to collect Pokemon on a budget. It's an important discussion, so feel free to learn more about that topic on that video there. I'll see you on the next video.